Thank you so much for joining. Let's go ahead and start today's class by coming into a comfortable seated position of your choice. You're always welcome to come into crisscross applesauce or send the legs out long. You could even bring a bend to the knees and the feet flat and let your arms gently rest. You could bring your back up against a flat surface, helping to support and lengthen the spine, or bring something under your hips like a block, a pillow, or even a blanket. As you settle in here, begin to allow your shoulders to start to relax. Find a gentle resting place for your hands. They could be turned down, making contact with your body or the floor, or they could be turned up in a moment of receiving. As we settle in, maybe you start to let your breath become a little longer, more intentional. Maybe you close your eyes, or maybe you simply let your eyelids grow heavy, looking down towards the floor, blurring your focus. As we start to settle in here, we'll begin to notice the parts of our body that are touching a surface. Feeling that surface pressing against us, supporting us, keeping us grounded in this moment. There is no other time and no other place except for this breath in this very moment. Now start to pay attention and focus on your breathing itself. Noticing where the air is coming in, maybe through the nose or the mouth. Maybe noticing the temperature of the air. And then following it as it goes down the windpipe, fills the lungs and abdomen capacity. And then follow it back out. And as we really begin to dial into that breath, start to take our first breathing exercise for today's class. We'll breathe in for a count of 3, 2, 1, and then we'll extend our exhale to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can continue in this fashion, breathing in for a count of 3, your count of 3, and exhaling for your count of 6. Or if you'd rather not count, extending your exhale so it's twice as long as your inhale. And we'll continue with that breath for just a few rounds. This breath is one of the most calming breaths. Can really help reduce anxiety, reduce your heart rate if it's a little fast, and many other things. So taking a moment throughout your day to focus on this breath, breathing in for a count of 3, exhaling for a count of 6. Today we're going to talk a little bit about moving forward. It's something we all can practice. We can practice moving forward with grace and with ease when life gets us down. And moving forward with a wise heart that's full of understanding instead of a heavy heart that's full of resentment. We start to learn the beauty of resilience. We are able to stress less, about the falling down and the missteps along our journey. And we can shed light on what we learned and how we got back up. We can learn to move forward so that when life feels too heavy, we know we have the power to transform. And we can tap into that power and that beauty of moving forward. Because we can conquer anything. When life gets me down, may I move forward. When life gets me down, may I move forward. May I move forward with grace and ease. May I move forward with grace and ease. And may I know that I am resilient. May I know that I am resilient. And with that last affirmation, we'll let go of our breathing exercise if you haven't already. Finding your natural rhythm, your natural breath. We'll take a moment to offer yourself a little bit of gratitude. And through the stressors of your week or your day, you took time to find a little space to feel your feet on the earth, to breathe with your emotions, and to maybe move forward. As you're ready, start to wiggle fingers and toes. We'll flutter the eyes open, and we'll start to add some gentle movement into our practice by coming over into a child's pose. You can either keep the knees together or separate them. We'll keep the toes pretty close together, but you're always welcome to bring a prop like a block back behind your hips or between your legs and your feet. And then start to send your heart forward as you stretch your arms down. Maybe resting your forehead on the mat, or maybe bringing a prop like a block or a pillow under it. Making just a little bit of contact between your forehead and a surface if it's available. And if not, that's okay as well. As we settle in here, maybe you choose to close your eyes for just a moment longer as we take 3 grounding, deep, cleansing breaths. Maybe even let an audible sound out on your exhale. Begin to gently roll through the neck. If your forehead is touching a surface, you might begin to feel a little massage on the forehead.
Your head is dangling. You're getting a nice rotation through the neck as you glance from side to side, gently and slowly. And then begin to slide your hands up under your shoulders, pressing yourself up into a tabletop, removing any props out of your way. Line up the spine, the hands and the shoulders, the knees and the hips. And then to a count of 4, begin to drop your belly for a cow pose, lifting your gaze. 2, 3, 4. And then for a count of 4, find your transition into cow pose, rounding the spine. 2, 3, 4. And take it at your own 4 count, equaling out the breath as you move between your cat and your cow. Really exaggerate the movement throughout your spine. Noticing any areas of tension, any tightness, or maybe the body's feeling good in this pose, and acknowledge that as well. All right, go ahead and find that stillness of tabletop, and then start to send your right arm alongside the ear, reaching out and lengthening through the right side body. And then let's take it into spinal balance as we lift the left leg, sending it out behind us. You can always keep it down for a little more stability, or maybe start to reach it out so your fingers and toes are pointing in opposite directions. And being mindful not to dump into a shoulder or a hip. Exhale, round elbow towards knee. Inhale to lengthen and start to take the movement on your own. Moving just as fast or as slow as your body is asking in this moment. Last one, hold it for 3, for 2, 1. Exhale, lower hand and knee. Come back into tabletop. Feel free to make any movements your body needs. And then when you're ready, start to find opposite arm, left side alongside ear, and right toes. Extend them and reach them. You're doing great. Feel that core engagement, keeping your upper body and lower body level to the ground. Exhale, round and curl. Find your movement at your own pace. Great job. Last one, extend and hold. Exhale to release. Go ahead and tuck your toes and then come to standing on your knees. And then start to send the right leg out long, coming into gate pose, letting the foot come flat if that feels okay in your ankle. And then as you're ready, start to lift both arms up and overhead. Feel that length and extension. And then with an exhale, take your right hand down your right leg. Gently begin to side bend over to the right. Great job. Inhale through center. Take the arms wide to a T. You can either take your hand to the ground or maybe grab a prop, but we're going to drop something to the ground, the hand or the prop, and then take it into a counter stretch. Taking that right arm and lengthening it alongside the ear. Great job. Inhale to come back through center. Keep your legs exactly the way they are. Bring your hands into tabletop. And then find a child's variation. So you're going to stretch your arms out long. You're going to sink your hips back towards your heels, noticing that stretch maybe through the back of the extended leg. Great job. One last breath here. Inhale to walk the hands back under the shoulders. Come back into tabletop. And then we'll reset standing on our knees.
Extending left leg out. Finding our gate pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lean it to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, take the right hand or prop to the floor. Extend left hand by the ear. Inhale back through center. Exhale, hands come to a tabletop. Then find that child's variation as you extend your hip back towards your heel. Sinking it in. Big, beautiful breath. Inhale to a tabletop. And then let's find our way on up to standing. Beautiful grounding flow, our moon flow for today. Let's start to come to standing, add a little bit of upper and lower body into our practice. From our mountain pose, let's begin to bend our knees and sink into a chair pose. Keeping your spine straight, engaging your core. You can bring your hands to a prayer at heart center, or you can bring them out in front of you as a counterbalance, extending them out. Great job. We're going to play with a few different variations in our chair today. So inhale, bring those hands up tall, mountain, straighten the legs. Exhale, sink it into your chair. Great job. This time as we exhale, let's bring our hands down by our hips, palms face down in airplane arms. Squeezing shoulder blades together. Great job. Inhale, bring it back up, tall mountain. Exhale, sink it into chair. Find your airplane arms. Now let's bring our hands back to a prayer and then twist to the right. You can keep your hands in a prayer and hook an elbow, or you can open the arms wide, hooking a hand on the knee or sending the arms out left to right. Inhale back through center. Tall mountain. Exhale, airplane chair. Hands to prayer. Twist to the left. Back through center. Tall mountain. This time we're going to exhale, swan dive it down into a forward fold. Hands come to the floor, a prop for our legs. Beautiful job. Have a gentle bend in your knees. Maybe grab opposite elbows and start to sway from side to side. Shaking the head yes and no. Sliding the jaw from left to right. And then start to settle into a little bit of stillness. And as you do, take 3 more big sighs with exhales of audible sound. Great job. Go ahead and pause there. Place the hands back to their previous location. Inhale to halfway lift, figure 7. Exhale, hinge and fold. Go ahead and roll up to tall mountain, circling hands up and overhead. Exhale, right hand comes to right hip. Let's lean to the right. Inhale through center. Lean to the left. Come back through center. We're going to twist to the right, lift, letting the arms float to the side. Inhale through center. Take it to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, rain it down. Inhale, pause here. Go ahead and move the right hand directly under the face on your prop, floor, or legs. And then go ahead and take that left hand up towards the ceiling. Twisting your forward fold. Exhale to bring that left hand down to replace the right. Inhale, right arm reaches up.
Exhale to release, both hands towards the floor or prop. Bend the knees deeply, plant the palms, step it back into a plank. Or sorry, step it back into a downward facing dog. Sorry about that. And if you prefer to do your downward facing dog on a wall, you're always welcome to do that as well. Now, as you settle into this downward facing dog, take just a few moments pressing into the hands, letting your spine be long. You can pedal through the legs if you'd like, a little left to right, shifting the hips. And then once again, settle into stillness. We'll find that big breath with loud exhale. And let's see if each exhale you can make it just a little louder than the exhale before. Maybe even finding a lion's breath, sticking the tongue out. Beautiful job. Go ahead and find a little bit of stillness. Take that right leg, start to reach it up, three-legged dog. Maybe take the ankle in a circle in one direction and then the other. Great job. Bend the knee, open the hip. And then send it long for three-legged dog. We'll inhale, bring the knee towards the nose, step it through, find a high lunge. If you want to bring that back knee to the ground, you're always welcome to do that, even finding a little cushion, or maybe keep both knees lifted for high lunge. We'll inhale, start to bring the hands up to a prayer, or maybe alongside the ears for a crescent lunge. Feel your thighs squeezing together, your core engaged here. Great job. Straighten that front leg. Exhale, hinge over that front leg. You bring your hands down to your leg, to props on either side of the foot, or to the ground. As you hinge over that pyramid pose. Great job. With an inhale, we're going to press into our hands, lengthening the spine to almost a halfway lifted position. And then start to bend through that front leg. And we're going to shift our weight into that front leg. Start to lift off with our back toes into a standing split, lifting that leg as high in the air as it will go. Beautiful job. Now from our standing splits, we're gonna start to find a corkscrew squat. So we're gonna take that extended leg, we're gonna tuck it behind the other knee and then curl into a little round cotton ball. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, corkscrew squat. Take that 2 more times on your own. Great job. Inhale, extend back to standing splits. And then start to take that extended leg, touching it down behind you for that low lunge. And as we inhale, we'll lift our hands up to airplane lunge. Squeezing our shoulder blades together, 45-degree angle in our torso. Great job. Now from here, we're going to transition to airplane warrior 3. Coming back to find a balance. You're always welcome to bring your hands back to your props, to a prayer or airplane arms. Take one more breath here. You're doing great. Find a spot on the floor to help with your balance. All right, when you're ready, set that foot back down, airplane lunge. And then let's spiral our arms into a warrior 2.
Letting that back heel come down, the arms wide, widening the legs. Great job. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, pinwheel the arms for side angle. Front elbow can come to knee or maybe to a prop. Send that back hand up towards the ceiling or maybe alongside the ear. Great job. All right, from our side angle, I want us to rise up like we're coming into our warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Turn your front toes to the side. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Great job. Bring your heels in. Exhale, goddess squat. Bending elbows into a cactus, bending into those knees. You're doing great. Inhale, 5-pointed star. We're going to do a sun god squat. We take the arms out wide as we sink back into the legs, lifting the heart. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Now we're going to do moon god. This time the elbows come in close to the side as we scrunch down. Beautiful job. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, take those heels back in line with the hips. Bring the hands to the hips. And then start to find a one-legged squat back and forth at your own pace. Now you can take it shallow. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can come all the way down. You can keep your hands at a prayer. You can rock them along the floor or on a prop. You're doing great. One more to each side. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Great job. Exhale, go ahead and circle those hands to the front of your mat. Find your downward facing dog. Big breath here, 3 exhales, maybe 3 lion's breaths this time. Beautiful job. Let's do side 2. Inhale, lift left leg, 3-legged dog. Circle ankle. Reverse it. Bend the knee, open the hip. Lengthen, 3-legged dog. Inhale, knee to nose, hover for just a moment, then step it through to your crescent lunge of choice. Again, knee can come down to the ground, you can cushion it, or you can keep that knee lifted, depending on where you're feeling your energy level today or how your body is feeling. You're doing a great job. Big, beautiful breath here. All right. Inhale, we straighten that front leg. Exhale, we find our pyramid pose over that front leg. If the knee is down, it'll be a half runner's lunge. All righty, from our pyramid or half runner's lunge, we're going to set up for our standing splits. So we're going to bring that front foot so it's under our torso a little bit more. Hands can come to our props, our leg, our ankle, or the mat. And then start to lift that back leg towards the ceiling, keeping the hips parallel to the ground, not opening it like we did after that open hip downward dog pose. You're doing great. One more breath here. See if you can lift the heel a little higher. With our exhales, we're going to start to find that corkscrew squat. Tucking the knee behind the other one. Inhaling to lengthen back up to standing splits. Take it at your own pace for 5 rounds of breath.
Last one, extend it out long. Exhale, begin to touch that back foot down. Inhale, airplane lunge. Hinge the torso forward over that front leg. Arms squeeze back. Beautiful job. Now take off for your airplane. Warrior three, lifting that foot only as high as the hips. Getting quite a workout on that hip. You're doing great. Last breath here. Exhale, airplane lunge. Pinwheel the arms, warrior two. Let that heel sink to the floor. Take a moment, feel those arms spreading. You're doing great. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Sending back arm alongside the ear. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Turn your toes to the side. Inhale, five-pointed star. Bring the heels in. Exhale, goddess squat. Inhale, five-pointed star. Bring hands up to the sky. Exhale, sun god squat. Inhale, five-pointed star. Exhale, moon god, the elbows in by the hips. Inhale, five-pointed star. Exhale, bring those hands to the hips. Let the heels come in line with the toes. And then as you exhale, hinge and take it into a nice forward fold. Hands can come to the legs, the floor, or a prop. Keep a generous bend in your knees. Maybe even take a sway from side to side if you'd like here. Finding a little bit of stillness, maybe walking your fingertips a little further behind your legs or holding onto your legs and bending your elbows, taking it a little bit deeper. Great job. Hands return to their previous location. Press and lift halfway up. Arms circle out to a T. Engage your core. Drop your right hand like a propeller. Lift your left. Great job. Switch sides, keeping the arms straight as you do. Beautiful job. Alrighty, from here, from our halfway lifted position, we're gonna pause. Maybe look at the screen for just a moment. If you like to use a block for deep squats, bring one under your hips and have it ready because you're going to bring your heels in towards each other, toes out. You're going to start to bend into the knees, coming into a wider than normal, almost like a frog squat. Feel free to bring those hips down to a prop at any height. Start to lengthen the spine back up. Of course, if you'd rather not have a prop, you're welcome to take this without a prop as well. Take one more breath here. And then as you're ready, find your way into a reclined position on the floor. Getting there in your own time and in your own. Coming onto your back. Take your feet into a constructive rest. Make sure your shoulders are flat on the mat. And then let's take our right foot and cross either at the ankle or maybe at the knee. So either way, the hips kind of have an inward point to them. And then take the arms out wide to a cat T. And then take your right hand and cross it over your torso, taking your left hand and crossing it underneath that. We're gonna take an eagle arms here. So maybe you grab your shoulders. Maybe you start to work the backs or the fronts of your hands together. Maybe you grab your strap and place it in between your hands. And then if it feels best to rest your hands on your face, you're always welcome to do that. Or you could even start to move those hands away from the face, creating just a little bit of space. Now those feet, they can stay right where they're at. Or if you'd like to lift the foot off the floor, bringing it into almost a reverse tabletop variation with that crossed knee or ankle, you're welcome to do that. And if that top ankle can wrap around the bottom one, you're welcome to do that. One last breath here. Exhale, bring the foot back to the floor. And then release the arms out to a cactus or a T. Letting the foot rest on the floor, but the knees or ankles stay crossed. Find a gentle rocking of the hips left to right. Don't go at too deep. If it starts to feel tweaky, come on out and maybe change the cross to the other option. Great job. Go ahead and come out of the twist, come out of the bind, find your constructive rest. Let's take it into the other direction, crossing at ankles or knees, arms to a T. This time the left arm comes over to the right side comes underneath. Find your eagle arm variation, working hands away from the face maybe. Again, maybe you keep the feet on the floor or maybe you lift it into that tabletop, engaging the lower body, engaging the core. You're doing great. Exhale to release the feet if they were lifted. Releasing the arms, take it to a cactus or a T. And then find that wiggle at the hips, left to right, almost like a windshield wiper, but with the feet or ankles bound or knees. Great job. All right. Find a little stillness, uncross the legs. Inhale, bring the knees in towards the torso, one and then the other. And then let's widen the knees and lift the feet towards the ceiling in a happy baby. You could rock from side to side, find a little stillness, straighten or lengthen the legs or bend the knees. Find any movement your body is asking for. Great job. Exhale to release the knees back in towards the torso. And then with our next exhale, let the knees fall to one side. You can keep them stacked or you can stagger them if that feels better. You could bring a prop under the knees or between the knees. With that bent knee in towards the torso, it's a slightly different twist than if we had the feet in a constructive rest. So noticing the higher twist of the spine. Keeping knees as hugged into the chest as you can, come through center, and then let the knees fall in the opposite direction. Beautiful job. Come back through center. Go ahead and let the feet come down to the floor for constructive rest. Feet hip distance apart or even wider. And then let the both knees fall to the first side. And again, you can keep them staggered if you want to stack them again, you're welcome to do that. But notice the difference of the twist now that we've moved it down to the lower spine. Make any accommodations, adding props, shifting your hips, anything to make it feel more comfortable. Ask yourself what you can do and simply choose to do that. Inhale through center, constructive rest. Exhale, knees to the second side, stacking, staggering, or adding props as you'd like. Our next exhale, unwinding to your constructive rest. Extend the legs out long, take the arms long overhead. Take it into a full body stretch, reaching fingers and toes in opposite directions. And then with a great big old sigh, allow your body to relax and release. Now you're welcome to stay in a corpse pose if you'd like. But if you know your body a little bit better and you'd like to add other options like pillows, blankets, blocks, or any other options so that you can start to come into a comfortable position to allow your body to start to settle, to feel the earth beneath you, supporting you, holding you. As we start to come into our final relaxation pose. Take a few deep breaths, breathing in deeply, and then gently letting the air release. Maybe you close your eyes, or maybe you simply soften your gaze. But let yourself arrive fully in this moment. Taking a deep breath in, filling your lungs completely, and then exhaling fully as you allow a sense of ease to wash over you. And you notice your body supported by the earth beneath you, stable and steady. Feel this connection grounding you, holding you gently as you allow yourself to fully arrive in this moment, letting your body melt into the surfaces beneath you, and letting your mind settle into stillness. Now start to connect deeply with your breath. Feel the steady, calming rhythm. Notice the sensation as the air moves in and out, gentle and effortless. With each inhale, feel the spaciousness opening within you. And with each exhale, feel the release of any tightness, any lingering tension, any excess weight you may be carrying. And as you breathe, let your breath become slower and even softer, flowing in and out like gentle waves. Each breath in, bringing calm and ease. And each breath out lets go of anything you're clenching onto. Allowing this gentle rhythm of breathing to become your anchor, a reminder that you're right here, safe and supported. Now bring your awareness to your body. Notice the areas that feel tight, contracted, heavy,
Send your gentle breath to those places, as if you're gently softening and loosening the hold of anything you're carrying. You don't need to hold it alone. Instead, let the earth beneath you absorb it as you sink a bit deeper with each exhale. Now start to bring to your mind's eye something that you're ready to let go of. A worry, a habit, thought, or even a situation that feels too heavy. And then as you gently bring our awareness to our theme of moving forward, take a moment to reflect on what moving forward means to you. Maybe it's letting go of past experiences. Maybe it's releasing personal struggles. Maybe it's embracing new beginnings. Imagine standing on the edge of a beautiful flowing river. In your mind's eye, begin to picture those worries, those struggles, and anything else you're ready to let go. And as if it's a small leaf, begin to let it float down the river. Picture the river flowing gently but steadily. This river represents the passage of time and the flow of life. As you imagine the leaves of your personal struggles, your fears, your worries, floating down the river. Watch as the current carries them away, slowly but surely, letting them dissolve into the distance. As you breathe, gently release each one. And as they drift away, can you sense a lightness growing within you? Maybe a sense of space or a new freedom, knowing that you don't need to carry these things with you forward. And as we continue to breathe, maybe feel the weight of the struggles lifting from your shoulders, acknowledging that it's okay to let go, to release what doesn't serve you, and embracing the freedom that comes from this release. Now, as you release, take a moment to feel gratitude for the space within you. The space is a gift, a clearing, an invitation for something new to grow. Breathe in deeply, filling this new openness with a sense of peace or ease, or maybe just the simple readiness to move forward. Trusting that whatever comes next will meet you right where you are. And as you breathe, notice a gentle path stretching away from the river before you. You don't need to know where it leads, but you know it's yours to follow. Begin to imagine yourself stepping forward with ease, guided by your inner strength, moving away from those things that you sent down the river and toward what brings you joy and fulfillment, trusting that each step you take will bring you closer to a deeper peace, a new beginning. Maybe silently repeating to yourself, I am ready to release this and embrace the future. I am open to new beginnings, filled with strength and grace. Feel these words as they echo within you, filling you with a gentle, steady confidence. Know that you have the power to move forward, and you are more than enough to face whatever lies ahead. As we take these last few breaths together, notice and embrace any space that you have created within yourself. The space is now free for new experiences, new joys, new growth. Feel any sense of lightness, of openness filling you from within. And gently bring your awareness back to your breath, feeling its rhythm once more. Take a moment to notice how you feel, knowing that you carry this ability to release and renew within you, ready whenever you need it. Affirm to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to move forward, no matter how small. A step towards growth and transformation is still a step. Take this moment to honor yourself, to thank yourself for this practice, knowing that you carry this strength, this resilience with you as you rise and step forward into your day. When you're ready, take the deepest breath of your day so far. Wiggle your fingers and toes, gently reawakening your body. Maybe roll your shoulders or stretch your arms as you bring your awareness back into the room. We'll come up to a comfortable seated position of your choice. As today, I'd like to end our practice with one last breathing exercise, the laughing breath. Laughing breath aims to cultivate joy and bring out our inner child. It helps us let go of stressors and even promotes optimism or positivity. And it's one of those where even if you can't make it, you can fake it till you make it. And sometimes just pushing yourself to try it can help bring a little bit of that joy in your life. So we inhale deeply. And then as we exhale in a combination of quick bursts of air coming out, it almost finishes with a vocal laughter. I'll give you an example. Come on, try a couple with me. All right, last one. Thank you so much for joining me today, tapping into a little bit of joy. Until next time, thank you so much.